Just picking up in the shop. We got a mess in here. We did a live last night with Haley. She wired a light switch and plug it in. Remember, the small one's the hot. Don't do this at home, guys. Hang on. That's got to be it now. There we go. Yeah, so that was my 10-year-old's wiring there. Yeah, I think she made up this connection. It's not too bad. But right now, we're just chilling, picking up. Seeing what you guys are up to. Figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update, and then I'll probably go live with Souls here in a little bit. But yeah, pretty much my in-laws came over, and if you guys don't know, my whole mold situation, I'm really sensitive to all that stuff. So they came over and brought their belongings, and man, I had to go to Walmart and I had to go buy them clothes just to be in my house. I started getting really sick. So all of Saturday I was pretty much sick. I was sick all Friday afternoon and then sick all Saturday. So I was trying to do the live about the solar and the benefits, the pros and the cons and all that. But it just wasn't happening. I was too sick yesterday. So at midnight, when I was finally feeling better, I came out here and taught my daughter how to wire some electrical. We got this board set up for future lives. How's it going, Bethany? What's up, Burhan? Name is Florence. Nice. What's up, Florence? We're just picking up the shop. I was going to give the regulars an update and whatnot. But yeah, my daughter wired this last night. Where's the apprentice? Yeah, she's at the pool right now. So while she's at the pool, it's quiet. Well, her sister's loud, but they're all loud. They all make a bunch of noise. I figured I'd take advantage. If you don't know, these light switches save you a bunch of money. You can set these timers here. So this is, I can set this for 4 hours or 2 hours. And you'll see how the kitchen lights off automatically. This was set for an hour. So that automatically turns off. And then in the bathrooms, I got the occupancy sensor, so it automatically turned on. And then in this other room over here, there's another occupancy sensor. That alone saved me about 600 kW electric bill in 1 month. Just doing that. Because the kids leave the lights on and everything. This is the one that I was wearing last night. You love these channels? Oh, cool. What's up, Board Super Fortress? She did a great job and love the OSHA approved slippers. Yeah, these ones are the slippers. We were in safety Crocs last night. But it feels like I'm pretty much fight or flight, right? I'm pretty much just doing something before I get sick. Do I have a 15? No, I don't. I do not have a 15. Mike. I've got biggest I got is 45. Several of those. So you going to put her name on her tool pouch and make her a hook for her pouch? Yeah, probably. We'll probably end up giving her some tools. This is the one that she used last night. I like how she shoved her hammer in here. Like, what the heck? I know it's a small hammer, but you don't gotta insult it by putting it in your whole freaking tool pouch. What a savage. It's actually got a hammer loop. This pouch isn't bad, especially when you couple it with your Vito there, because then you get the extra slot. So you get your needle nose or your strippers, just like this one too, right? So I've got a Vito in this pouch. This is the DeWalt one. No, it's not. This is the Fessa. The Fessa's better because you get more slots and it's better leather. Hey, Souls, and you getting on later? That's the plan, man. I'm out here right now, as crazy as it sounds, because I can breathe easier in my garage than I can in my own house. My in-laws came down, and I like my in-laws. So my in-laws are pretty much my parents, if you guys don't know. I was sent out here from Bermuda to go to school. My parents stayed in Bermuda with my middle brother, basically. And I was out here with my mom's mom, my grandma. And then when my mom passed away, I kidnapped my grandma and made her live with me. I'm just kidding. We took care of each other. So my mom passed away. I took care of my grandma. That's a lot of power tools. My dad carries mostly manual tools or air tools. Nice. Me and him are auto technicians. I might study to be an aircraft engineer, but my plans are changing fast. That's cool. Yeah, so when my mom passed away, I was already a journeyman electrician, I think. I was doing infrared, and my mom passed away. And we could blame it on my mom passing away. We could blame it on a lot of things. I'm going to blame it on my toothache. But at the end of the day, GE Spectra Series gear, I was in an arc flash. I blew myself up, right? But I was wearing all my safety gear because I did infrared professionally. So hang on, I got to put this pin back in here. That holds my Klein table. My pin. So I was doing infrared professionally, and there was a cover plate that was shaped like this. And I unscrewed one screw out of the face of that cover plate. And I put my glove finger behind the cover plate. And the whole thing just freaking exploded, dude. There was still more 3 screws to unscrew on this piece of electrical equipment. It was an 800 amp breaker. And there wasn't really too much that I could do. What I probably should have done was unscrew all 4 screws at the same time and then take the plate off exactly, completely straight and level. But that's not typically what you do. Usually you can reach in there and you can grab the cover plate. But for whatever reason, they had an oversized lug kit for some larger parallel runs. And that cover plate had an L like this. And as soon as I put my glove finger behind that cover plate, it tilted like this and made contact with the lugs, these oversized lugs for parallels on this breaker. And it just freaking exploded. And I can tell you more about my arc flash story in another live. But yeah, it was a pretty crazy experience. So after that happened and my mom had passed away, it kind of put things into perspective about how fragile life is with that close call. Now, I wasn't burned. you could say that I was blinded. You can see how thick my glasses are. So I was wearing a full face shield and 3M tints, and that blast is very bright, to say the least. So I think that blast did damage my vision. But I don't know. I didn't sue the company or anything. I'm not a bitch or something. That's life, right? I probably could have got compensation, but I don't know. My mentality isn't to look for the easy road out, so I didn't do anything about it. We'll encourage kids and maybe get parents to be more involved with their kids and be an awesome parent like you. Let's see. Okay, game plan. Need to make a workbench and set it up with tools. Time for someone to do one stream per week. Doing kid build projects will be great content. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if we could get this workbench clear, she could. She already wants to start practicing more. Yesterday, I served my wife ice cream I made from my girlfriend's breast milk. All right. Heavy pockets, right on. That sounds too complicated to even be worth it. That sounds way too complicated, sir. If you got to think about what you're doing and how you're acting every second and trying to keep up with the lies, there's way easier ways to live your life. It was a long process, but greatness takes time. Nice. Hey, you're making it work, dude. You got to respect the hustle, I suppose. At least you're good at something. She knew how it was made. Nice. What are we going to do with Milwaukee, guys? This one's dead. This one's completely dead. Completely. I watched the smoke come out of this thing. Completely toast. You can't even recommend these tools anymore. Complete. Like, just come on, Milwaukee. And the batteries, see how hard the batteries are to get out? I can pick any flex right now if I want to. I can get the battery off of it pretty easily. If I was to pop a flex battery on here, if I was to be able to find one, they just come off right with one hand. Had power added, a junction box, no power, what should I look for? Had power, you added a junction box, no power. What should you look for? Okay, look for this. Look for your breaker to be in the middle position. So some breakers, I'm trying to think what breaker can I turn off without repercussions to the stream. And yes, my panel's crazy, guys. Let me back up and tell you what happened to my panel, okay? When it gets dark and the government can't keep the lights on, all the rules go out the window. I'm an electrical inspector, but here's the deal. If it's dark and they turn off my power because they're rolling blackouts or whatever reason, I'm going to and do whatever I got to do. So even if it is illegal and you can't do it without a permit, blah, 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 dude, you got to protect your family. You got to do what's right for your family. So these Romexes here go to this panel here, and I've got a lock off, and it goes to my generator, and I feed this panel with my generator. The Romexes are in here, and then I can take individual circuits off of these breakers and tie them to this Romex to get power on in my house. And then this can feed the panel full time if I need to. But all this is going away anyway. We're probably going to do a live stream, or I'm going to make a video of me replacing this panel here very soon. But what you're looking for would probably be a breaker in the middle position. So turn your breaker all the way off. Let's just do the kitchen light. The bath. We'll do the bath. I think the bath is okay. So your breaker might be in the middle position, like right. This is before my electrical. Your breaker might be there in the middle position. Turn it all the way off, and then turn it all the way back on like that. No, I'm not replacing the panel now. I'm replacing it eventually. We're getting solar. I've got a live stream to do about all the solar, how much money I've saved just making the house more efficient. I've knocked off $2 a day with the insulation that we blew in the attic. This room here can get to 70 degrees, and we're in the garage. And this 10,000 BTU unit is it's able to get us to 70 degrees, and that's partially why we started doing the miters and making the frame for this, because we needed to seal it up to make it more efficient. You're not invited for the stream member only, bummer. Hopefully trauma will start coming back. Heavy pockets, little bastard can come in your backyard. Alright. Had power outage, junction box, no power. Is he still here? The other thing you can do if you had power and you added a junction box and now you don't have power is check your connections. But you probably tripped a breaker, and you don't know it's tripped because they're not easy to tell if it's been tripped or not. You got to turn it all the way off and then turn it back on. And then you probably need to give me more of a story on exactly where you added the junction box. Was it in line from your panel? Was it in parallel with what you were doing? Was it like this was your power, and then you added a junction box, and you have power on this side, but you don't have power down here, or you lost power all the way through, or how does that work? Hit the like, yeah, double tap the screen, hit the like button. Bro, what do you think about Flex? Flex is awesome. You have a question for me? Shoot, William. Is there a reason to get a whole hog when you already have a drill? Not really. If you're doing a bunch of holes, yes. If you're doing a bunch of holes that are like specialized, especially plumbers. Plumbers have pipe that's, at least 2 inches in the wall. Whole hog makes sense. If you're doing rough-ins every day, a whole hog makes sense. Other than that, no. You don't need a whole hog. Warranty that Milwaukee dude, mentally busy. I just, look, I'm not going to lie. On Saturday, okay, Saturday morning, my blood pressure was 63. So it was 112 over 63. Was not feeling good. And that's what happens when I come in contact with mold, mycotoxins. Pretty much my in-laws came into town and they started bringing their stuff into my house. Now, if you guys don't know, I had to throw away everything I ever owned and restart my whole life all over again. So that's why everything looks new in here, because it is. I let them have some of my old belongings before I knew how bad this stuff was. So there's old belongings at their house. Whenever I went to their house on Easter, I couldn't even be in the house. I had to hang out outside on the tire swing. I didn't even participate with Easter activities. They came over and we pretty much had to go put everything back in their car, and I went to Walmart and bought them new clothes. $300, boom, gone. It's really rough, guys. I'm really, really sensitive to this air, and it actually destroys me. Like, it's no joke. I am I am one step away from being in serious trouble very quickly. So, yeah, I haven't had time to warranty these. I haven't had time to clean my house. The last time that I was on antibiotics, I've been on antibiotics 6 times this year. The last time that I was on antibiotics was the morning that we blew the insulation in. So, Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, I started taking antibiotics on Friday. I had a headache for 5 days before that. I get on antibiotics. All Thursday I was miserable. All Friday I was miserable. You guys watch the streams. And then Saturday I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, okay, now it's time to blow an insulation because I finally feel good enough. And I don't know when I'm going to feel bad again. And that's literally my life right now. It's go, go, go while I can until I get sick. And that's all I can do. Too bad Rigid canceled the whole hog. Yeah. Is there a way I can warranty those tools? No, I'll get to it eventually, man. I'll get to it. Somebody asked me how do I like Flex. I'll tell you. Let me see here. Usually I've lost power, something smoked beforehand. All power to one wall in my house. I lose all power to one wall in my house. Okay, we're going to answer that question. We're going to answer William's question. Somebody asked about Flex. Flex is awesome. Here's the deal with Flex, okay? Flex just works. It doesn't slow down when it gets fully engulfed in wood. It's not quite as fast as the DeWalt, but it works very well. All their tools are over-engineered. They're all fairly heavy, but you can get their 2.0 batteries. For a homeowner, it's all you'll ever need. For a professional, it's all you'll ever need. They don't make the best of everything, but everything they make is better than almost everything else. So you got to get to the top tier level of tools for DeWalt, the top tier level of Milwaukee to beat anything that Flex makes. Minus their compact stuff. The compact stuff, you can get it on sale. You get 2 batteries, which are $70 each. And you can get 2 drivers sometimes for $50 each. And the whole kit's $100. So if you see that kit, get it, because the batteries alone makes the kit worth it. But Flex has better tools than almost every other tool brand. They do it very well. Their jigsaw, you can't bog this jigsaw down before you'll snap the blade. I've tried. Milwaukee's great. They're just, I don't know what's going on with the Milwaukee, man. This one don't work, and if I could get this battery off, hang on, I can fold my phone. This thing is, it's stuck in clutch mode. So. Yeah, so we're in drill. Okay, I'm gonna hold this here and pull the trigger, which is dangerous, but I'm confident. Yeah. See? We're in full drill mode, by the way. We can do speed 1. Get a little bit more torque, but not much. Completely skipping inside there. Just, I don't know, man. Not impressed with Milwaukee. The quality control has gone downhill rapidly. They say this thing grenades itself. I would recommend Flex or both of these, or DeWalt before I did Milwaukee nowadays for these. Other tools, Milwaukee, great. Stay away from the new Impact and the new drill. 100%. Yeah, Flex has limited lifetime warranty. I've been trying to get to Lowe's to warranty these because I lost the receipt. And I just bought the kit. I think I've got 30 days, and I'm about 20 days in. It's been killing me. Mold will not stop growing. Yeah, Okay, back to the question. I lost all the power to one wall in your house. We kind of need the whiteboard for this, chat, but basically, if you lost power to one wall in your house, this is probably what your problem is. You ready? Let me plug this in. You gotta plug them at the same time. I feel like I got lucky the first time. Don't touch them together, Robert. Oh, that is so sketch. That is so sketch. Don't touch the black. There we go. Don't let the neutral pop out and touch the black wire. Just get in there, neutral. Thank you. Stay there. Okay. If you lost power to one side of your house, chances are let's not do that. Let's do this. Chances are you have a backstab connection. Now, I wrapped these because we do electrical proper here. But if you have a backstab connection, oh, we tightened the piss out of them too. Hang on. Power's on, so we're being extra safe here. Oh my goodness. Come on, get loose. There we go. Okay. If only they made something like a tripod that I could put my phone against. You know? There we go. Okay. This is the benefit of wrapping your screws, right? Even with the screw completely loose, you still have... My stream stopped for a second. You still have full connection, even with the screw. Why am I skipping around? Hang on a second. What's going on with my internet? Run everything in Conduit, yeah. So we've got... First off, it's an LED, so we're not going to see a spark, but also, like, we've installed it too good. My stream is skipping around for some reason. I'm not happy with that. It's almost like wiggling this is skipping my stream, which it shouldn't. That's hilarious. Every time I bounce on this, my stream skips. It's not even connected. What if we don't touch it? Does the stream skip? Yes, it does. Need a water flat. Oh no, it's already off. Hey, is my stream skipping or not? For you guys. I'm gonna try something. Hang tight. Let's try that. Okay, I kind of reset it. I reconnected back to YouTube. Okay. Let's do this. I don't really want to drop this screw though. Let go. Okay. This is what I'm talking about though, right? We still have a good connection because we wrapped the screw, which is why you always wrap the screw, by the way. But a lot of people will backstab these. So there's these little holes in the back of your switch right there. And that is right here, in case you can't see it. Let me turn off this red light. Let me turn on the flashlight. Lighting. Not relight, just, oh my gosh. Where's lighting? That one? Yeah, so there's a hole right there that people will stab into. And then you take a little screwdriver and you push in that hole to release the wire. And these backstabs are completely unreliable in there. So what's happening right now? Yeah, she did pretty good on this because I can't even make it flicker. Go ahead and tighten that back up before I forget. Please, sir. Okay, that's good enough for now. Turn it back on. So what's happening is your first plug in the line in your wall is loose. So what you can do, you can just go up to your plug and you can probably just give it a little shake like this and see if the other side of the wall turns on. Just go to all your plugs on that wall, because you're going to have one that's feeding another, right? So you might have power on this side of the wire, but this side of the wire is no longer connected inside that connection. And that's how you're going to find that you've got, like an open hot or an open neutral on one side. Code violation. And some people only access 14 gauge and they drill out the plastic to make it 12. Jesus. That's crazy. I've actually never seen that. I've been around in the trade for a long time, dude. I've never seen somebody drill out a receptacle to make it freaking 12. That is crazy. I can see them sanding down or, cutting away some wire to make it fit, but not drilling out the damn receptacle. That's wild. Check for voltage between hot and ground. If you have 0 voltage, you lost a run. If you have 120 hot to ground, then you've lost a neutral some way. Go from receptacle to receptacle. There you go. Apache's got it too. I was trying to find a plug tester. Let me. Actually, I know where one is. So you'll take your plug tester, go buy a plug tester. You plug it in. Plug it into the dead outlet, right? Plug it into the dead outlets. And then go around and just shake your outlets like this pretty hard. And watch that light flicker. It's the fastest way to find where your problem is without even doing anything. Sometimes you can just kick the wall and the wire will shake just enough, because what it is a micro pitted connection inside the backstab that's just barely not making contact. And sometimes you can just push on the face of the plug and you can see this light flicker on and off. Went to Home Depot today and saw 95% sea of red in the electrical aisle. I think it was 10 Klein tools left. I know, dude. I went there earlier and I was like, kind of trying to want to buy some Milwaukee tools. I don't know what I was thinking. And the longer that I look at the Milwaukee tools, the more you realize how much they suck. You're just looking at the design. You're just like, man, that's not it. And then you go to the actual hardware area where the hand tools are, and you pick these up for $20, right? And these are better than anything Milwaukee's trying to push in the electrical aisle. If I had to do it again and I was an apprentice, I would probably buy these, as much as I hate to admit it. They're cheap. You get good grips. They cut good. They make up joints nice, and they're cheap. Do I like this cart for work around the house? Yes. Yes, I like this cart for work around the house a lot. If not, everything just winds up on the floor. And my wife never complains, but it's a pain. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be. I don't know. I do a lot of the cleaning around the house. I just had to change out my air filter again. If I don't sweep and mop at least twice a week and change my air filter at least once every 2 weeks, I usually can't breathe in my own damn house. So I'm always cleaning. I'll get home earlier than she does, and I'm always picking up. I'm always cleaning. So she doesn't really complain if I make a mess around the house. But it just stuff gets everywhere. You know how it is. Did ask, she doesn't complain at all. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Angela. Yep. I know you enough to know. Yeah. What a real shame is that no one makes a good short radius bender for half-inch EMT. That's true. That's true. We picked up a Klein the other day, and it was actually 3/8 of an inch off. So I was trying to show you guys a back-to-back 90 live, and because it was 3/8 of an inch off on one 90, it was another 3/8 of an inch off on the next 90. And dude, it was really embarrassing. And it made me stop the stream and have to bend a 90 to figure out what the hell was going on. Be careful when you're not buying an Ideal bender. Ideal is really, really good. Make sure you're checking these out. Go home, bend a 90, make sure it's true. This thing is dead on. Because I made sure. All benders are dead on. I mean, it's just cast, so, you know, there's room for error. But they should at least be checking it before they put it on the shelf. Every one of these should be checked, if you ask me. That thing is absolutely dead on now. What bandsaw go? I guess we're doing it. I guess we're doing it. I gotta find a tape. Tape. I guess we use this one. Okay, so if we mark this at 3. If we mark it at 3. Damn, I can't find anything. I'm gonna use Sharpie. I'm gonna use Sharpie on EMT. That's terrible. That's 3 enough, right? We'll go ahead and fix it because it's dead on. It's gonna be dead on. Okay, so we're gonna put it on the front side of that line, in between the two, in the gap. In the gap, chat. What's up, Super Fortress? Oh my goodness. Doing this one-handed, man. I tell you. I'm about to drop it. Hang on. Really worried about scratching the phone, you know. That's pretty dead on. Let's do that. Let's move this 90 like this, though. We're gonna roll the 90. That way I can bend it easier. We're gonna, so if the deduct is 5, right? Should be 5. We should have an 8-inch 90 when we're done here. Let's see. I gotta keep tension on it. There we go. Get level. Get level. Get level. The kids are home. Okay. You go up just a little bit more. It's pretty close. A little bit more for spring back. That's pretty good. Check the bubble to the floor, always. That's the trick on bending on a scissor lift, right? If you match this bubble and you match this bubble, you don't need to come off the scissor lift ever. This is why climb benders are nicer, right? You got this flare out here. That flare out stays the same size the whole time on the Milwaukee bender. It never gets smaller. So your Milwaukee bender, you're always left with a bigger handle. So I like anything that has the smaller handle and then flares out later. Also, this keeps your spool from falling off. So if you're in a pinch and you need an axle for your spool, this flare out will stop your spool from just running off the edge because it's got that little bump there. We're probably close enough, but we're gonna just give it one more little bend here. That's pretty good because this bubble here is touching the same line there. So this should be dead even. See how that's uneven there? That's uneven there. That's perfect. Now I need a tape. And this should be dead 8. Look at that. That's pretty on, guys. That's about as on as it gets. Right there. So that's an accurate bender, no doubt. Make sure you check your benders. Yeah, I can live with an 1/8 all day. Way to make you feel inadequate. Doing it one-handed. Wrong button. My foreman can somehow 90s perfectly with no eye, with no level. Yeah, it just takes time. It just takes time. I'm probably going to teach my daughter how to do some offsets. Rolling offsets. Box offsets. And then we'll probably do a 3-point saddle. The thing about a 3-point saddle is typically you're only ever really going over like another person's pipe. Anything more than that, you're doing a regular offset or saddle. So the 3-point only needs to be like 2.5 inches at most ever. So you don't need these 5-inch 3-point, you know what I mean? Like by the time you come out here 5 inches and come back in, you almost may just do a regular offset. So to do a regular offset, if we want to do our multiplier here, and the Klein tape shows shrinkage, which is kind of cool. We'll go here at 8. Let me hold my finger here and I'm going to let go of this tape. Don't move, pipe. That's close enough. And then let me find something that's like a regular measurement. 4.5. Okay, so 4.5 will give us a 2 1/4 inch 90 or offset. 4.5, sure. We'll do that. So we're gonna go here. Now what that's gonna do, your multiplier is 2. We're gonna go 30 degrees. which is pretty close, but it'll be okay. I don't really have a better obstruction. Oh, we could use the level. What? How long is the level? One-handed is a bitch. All right, let's see here. Now I can't go anywhere. There we go. There we go. 6.5. So it's gonna be 3 1/4. Multiplier's 2, right? So this should give us a 3 1/4 inch offset, offset. Then we're gonna go for our obstruction. That's how long. First we went the height. This is the height. This is gonna be what we're trying to go over. So what's 2 1/4 inches tall? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we're using that. Perfect. Okay, is that 2 1/4? My light turned off. That is like 2 1/4 exactly. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because we'd be on a mini anyway. Whoa! Can you turn the light? Are you not wearing any pants? Oh, okay. Well, I almost like caught you.
What do you mean? You caught me with my swimsuit on? If the light is on, crazy.
Well, what freaking light turned off? Hey, turn on. Thank you. My wife walked in. Hey, can you hold the phone for me? It would make these people so happy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's freezing.
Yay, Angela's here.
The other side?
Yeah.
You're gonna turn me as I go. Kaylin has exciting news to tell you.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, this is what we're gonna do, guys. Restart. We're going over this bandsaw like this, okay? So we're gonna figure out what our height for our obstruction is. The best way to do that is to take this level here. We're gonna go as high as the obstruction and we're gonna measure down and get it level, like this. And we're gonna level the pipe out. And we are at 5.5, okay? 5.5, so we're gonna go 6 inches. So our multiplier is 2. So the first mark we're gonna make is where we're gonna start from and then we're gonna jump over. So we're just gonna go, let's just go 10 here. Shouldn't use Sharpie on pipe. Now we said it was 6 inches, so our multiplier is 2, so we're gonna go 12 inches here, okay? Now the next measurement is how long our obstruction is. And we're just gonna say, 12 again. So we're gonna do spacing of 12. We don't have a multiplier for our obstruction. We're just gonna go here straight 12. And then we're gonna take our tape measure again and we're gonna mark 12.
Suresh is on now. He said that damn YouTube didn't send a notification.
What's up, Suresh? Okay, so now we're gonna bend down. Now this is key here. Come here closer. This is key here. We want the bottom of this pipe to be on this line. We don't want to put this pipe in the middle of this line. We don't want to put this pipe touching this line. We want this pipe to be parallel with this line. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So we're going to bend down. This is kind of the trick here. When I first started, I used to take this pipe and touch the 30. This is where you want it. If you look at this parallel 30, it's running parallel right now with this pipe. So this is a true 30 degrees right now. And we can prove that with our level.
Juan's being your height man.
See there? We're at 30 right there. Pretty close. Pretty close to 30. No, a little bit of spring back there. There we go. So that's how you know we're at 30. See, we're at 30 right now. Okay, and what does it look like on the bender? Well, we're not touching the 30.
Betsy says 45 legs and you do the work shirtless.
See there? We're not touching the 30, and the bubble said 30. So there's your proof there. Okay. Next we're going to turn this pipe around. We're going to eyeball it, make sure we're not dog-legged.
Sure your stuff's not good?
Like that. We're going to go back down to 30. Just like that. We're going to slide the pipe forward. I'm going to find my mark. We're going to slide the pipe forward again. We're going to bend straight down again. Let me see that phone. You can see how straight the pipe is, so we're not dog-legged. It looks dog-legged on camera, but I promise you it might be. Oh, I slipped. Where'd it go? Okay. Sometimes you gotta get all the way over the pipe. This is where being on a scissor lift helps, because you can overhang this over the rail and you can look all the way down your pipe, but we're not on a scissor lift right now. Okay, back to 30. Now we're gonna bend it back up here like this. We're gonna look all the way down the pipe.
Are you yodeling?
Woo! Mess me up. There you go. All right, now there's always a little bit of tweaking to do. Just a little bit. Hey, that's pretty good. This is where you pull your groin muscle, but it's worth it, because how else are you going to unstraighten, you know?
Just don't dog-leg it tactics.
Too late. Too late. Oh shit, I bent the crap out of it now.
Jay Badass wants to know if you can show how to bend a compound 90.
Compound 90, yeah. Segment bend. There we go. So, here, let me show them. Flat, flat, flat. Level enough for government work. No, it's pretty level. I mean, you could hang that all day. Actually, that's within my margins. Yeah, I'd hang that. I would put that up. Not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Bandsaw. Oh, it's right here.
Sayer says you're making a go-kart exhaust now?
Yes. Segment bend 90.
I knew it. Tactics is on the pipe, Sayer says.
You caught me. Let's do this. Let's do a segment.
Just so you know, girls are in the bath, so I might need to go help.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go 2 inches, we're gonna make a bend. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sayer says what you just cut off looks like a handlebar pipe. To a bike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. We're gonna do 9 10-degree bends. Yes. 9 10-degree bends, okay?
What's that?
1, 2. We're gonna be careful. 3, 4. I'm not looking. We're just rolling it forward, boys. Get in there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Did we overbend it? Oh no, I rolled it. That's close enough. 10.
Jay Badass says you're using Arrow and Sharpie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using Sharpie. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. It's live. I would never put Sharpie. But if you did put Sharpie, and this works especially on painted switchgear and knockouts, if you do want to get the Sharpie off, all you got to do is rub more Sharpie on like this, and then you can make it disappear sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, it'll work. You just gotta
Sir
work at it.
says that if we get to 35, you'll take off a sock, and now we're to 35. So what does that mean?
I guess the sock is coming off, boys. You want to see my? I'm not taking off my damn sock. You crazy? All right, let's look at the 90.
Oh, Jack is the one that said Sharpie. Come on, man.
Look,
What's it using arrow mean?
come down here. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. What do you guys think?
So that's how you do a 90?
No, that's a second bend. There's a little bit of tweak, but it's pretty good. Let's see what it sounds like. Woo! Yeah, it sounds good too.
Scrooge says there's a lot of people with fetishes out here. Off your sock with help.
Yeah. He knows us electricians too well.
Jay Badass says one of the hardest bends is a compound 45.
Oh, really? Okay. This is a 40, so let's remember this. Which way did we start bending? We started bending this side here. Yeah, we started bending this side here. The multiplier was 12. What's 1.41 times 12? Someone do the math. 1.41 times 12.
1.4
1. 1.41
times 12. What
times
is it?
12.
Jonathan says I only see handymans make 90s like that.
Oh, no, wait. Hang on. I'm messing up here. Because we'd have to do a bend, not an offset off. I was thinking...
Apache says 1692.
Yeah, but I was thinking I need to divide that anyway. I was thinking of an offset at 45 degrees. But he wants a compound 45, so I have to put a bend here and then a bend here. Which I don't think I can do it on this piece of pipe.
The Geo Killer wants to know if you have any tools you prefer corded over cordless.
Air compressor. Vacuums for certain situations, man. You're gonna have to have a vacuum if you're, doing the 3-inch pipe, and you're sucking the rat or the bag or whatever you're doing. But I've got a flex vac over here.
Sayer says manual type bending sounds like work. Thank God I'm a millwright and have a power tool for this stuff. LOL.
This thing will clean a 4-inch planer. So the ejection port on a 4-inch planer, maybe it's a 3-inch, I can't remember, but it'll exhaust a whole planer, which is pretty hard to do. Really stringy cedar. So this does just about everything you need to, especially for a homeowner.
Brass man said something about pipe bending.
What did I say?
You have some pipe you could bend?
What do you say? I got some pipe you can bend.
It's rigid.
It's rigid. Yeah. I got to where I could kind of free run more than 300 feet of rigid on a boom lift in one day, and that was with parallel clamps, parakeets, going parallel with the beam and then offsetting up and going around things, maybe a couple of T's. That was plaster bond. So I was on a boom lift with a 1-inch bender with 3/4 plaster bond and just running straight.
Sayer says, did you wash your shop vac in hot water? It shrunk. LOL.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Nicole Lopez says hello.
Hello. I think Nicole Lopez's name is something else. She told me earlier.
I don't know.
Too late. I came out here to pick up. Did I do a good job?
So good.
Thank you.
I probably need to check on Caleb.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have this pipe. We have this pipe.
It's being used for something.
It's not.
Gets the bugs away.
Stay.
Jack wants to know, when do you need to use bonding bushings?
250 volts to ground or a service. 250.92 says you must bond the service raceway. So, and it goes on to say that eccentric and concentric knockouts are seen as impaired connections, and anything that's a standard lock ring is also seen as not a method for bonding. The other time you need to use bonding bushings is 250.118. There's 4 rules you have to apply to not use it. And it'll be for flex. So if you got flex, it's over 1.25 inches. If you got flex, it's over 20 amps. If you've got flex that's not using listed fittings, which yours are, and you got to be less than 6 foot long. And then that's considered bonded. So when you're looking at a transformer, which would not be a service, it would be a secondary conductor, and typically you have like a 2-inch flex for some 3/0 going to a 200 amp panel, you would need to bond that flex because you're supposed to bond your secondary conductors. Are considered a service. That's why you have to have overcurrent protection within 10 or 25 feet. Borderline, like that's the end of story. You have to have overcurrent protection after a transformer. Unless you're doing some crazy calculation and you're using the primary as the overcurrent, but that almost never happens, ever. And I'm an electrical inspector. I've do probably more than 2,000 inspections a year. You just don't see that. You have overcurrent protection on the secondary. It's stupid not to. So you have to have a bonding bushing on that raceway because it's a secondary conductor and it's considered like a service.
Apache's hit 26 months of the journeyman level.
Oh, dang, dude. Thank you. Thank you for your support and service and, yeah, everything. Appreciate
Nicole
it.
Lopez says, you guys are amazing.
Just you. You're amazing.
You're sweet. You keep it going.
I keep it rocking.
You're the motor.
I am the mother.
Sayer says, well, I'm making plans to get you on a live to help me make my breaker panel look pro. It's a mess and I need your help. Will be a good learning.
It would be a good learning. All right, 45
Sarush
segment.
says he's been 13 months as a wireman.
A segment 45.
You're not gonna shut up.
Sorry, I've got ADHD and I was thinking about segment 45s.
13 months as a wireman.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Sayer says, never take AC electrical advice from me. I am only DC.
Nice, nice. Okay, let's do 3/8 for shrinkage, I think. It's going to shrink. So,
The good ones do.
the good ones do. So, if we do... I don't even know how you would do that.
Jonathan says that was a shepherd's hook conduit.
Oh, that was my shepherd's hook. This is a... That's a hook just to hold my thing real quick. But we should make a better conduit.
She says you better start unbuttoning that shirt. There's 42 out of 45.
Let's do a shepherd's hook real quick. What happens if we... And shepherd's hooks are necessary sometimes, right? You never know. Sometimes you just have to do a shepherd's hook. There's no way around it.
45 compound?
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
We can do it.
No, that's fine.
It's just 245s, but it's not going to be accurate because I would need to see the calculation on what the spacing is to know. How many people are in the chat right now?
150. You have 42.
Let me go get a book.
live with Souls? That's
Yeah.
A little over 20 minutes.
I know.
Okay. Sayer says he needs to buy a new panel or two as he has 4 inverters to run, so 2 panels might be the plan. Juan's still hyping everybody up, trying to get them to like. Saru says, yeah, we made promises to the people, so you're going to have to take off your shirt if we get to 45.
There is no 45
no,
segment.
43 is where we're at, 2-way, and then the shirt's got to come off.
You're crazy.
Jonathan says, why are there geeks, LOL, and the shepherds are...
Oh, I was out here really late at night, and this thing, it kept falling off of this thing because it wouldn't reach. See? And at one point, this rack was lower, but we took some pieces off, and the metal continues down here. That's why we had to notch this out the other night. So this used to reach, and then it didn't. So I just came out here really quick and just bent a really, really quick 90 in the dark and then threw it up here because I needed to leave this thing plugged in.
Apache says your garage is a very peaceful place, even though you've got stuff everywhere. It looks just like his.
Yeah. There is no 45 in here, you know.
Apache says those are wire stoppers in case they run away is what the grooves are. That's for voltage drop because you got too much voltage coming off the transformer. You use the wrong tap, so you got to put the kinks in the pipe to slow the amperage down. We'll just do 45s like this. We'll just do one right here, one right there. We'll go a little bit more, and then we'll do... That was his hook to hold his shepherd.
We'll do another 45 here, like that. And that's a 45-90 for segment 45. So that's
Shepherd's hook?
no, this is a 90 technically because it's 2 45s.
Oh, so that's the 45 that you're just...
Yeah.
The compound 45? Okay.
Yeah.
Because Jay said again it's one of the hardest bends for him, so he was appreciative.
45. For some reason I habitually went to 30 twice.
Uh-oh, it's 45.
There we go.
Frank says, what's up, Sunday?
What's going on? There you go.
What breaker panels on the affordable do you recommend?
Man, you're spending the money. There's no such thing as affordable. Don't get a GE. Anything but GE. Get a home line. Home lines are pretty solid.
Sure, just take it off.
Home line's pretty solid. QO. Siemens is probably the best right now. I think I see a lot of Siemens go in. But I'd be happy with a home line if I had one.
If you're not going to take off your shirt, you at least need to say thanks for the 45 likes.
Thanks for the 45 likes.
Get a little tease, a flashing.
You're crazy. We can do shepherd's hook right now. So,
did you take your medicine today?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the trick. Yeah.
Sarush says, come on, Robert, don't make us liars. We hit 45, now you got to
Don't make you liars. Okay.
Jay says, thanks, guys, for showing the 45 combat.
Yeah.
Thing.
You're welcome. All right. Shepherd's hook. So once you got your 90, the trick to knowing which way you want to bend your conduit, what I tell my helpers to do is to get a piece of wire. We got our 90 here. And we got an imaginary bender. So we know if we bend this side down and we bend this side here like this, that's going to create your shepherd's hook. So I always have my helpers have pieces of wire in their pocket or pouch so that they can catch on to how to bend and stuff. So if I'm looking at this and I'm looking at my bender, I know I'm going to bend this part down first. Like this. What's going on right now?
She's going to help me so I can get Kaylin out of the back.
Oh, okay. And then I'm going to level it back out here like this. So when I look at my 90, which this is a segment 45, same thing. We're going to bend this part down like this. Make sure it's not dog-legged. And we're going to go to 30. And then I'm going to guess
I'm gonna guess. Let's go for 6 inches right about here somewhere, and we'll go for a 3-inch offset. No promises. You go down here to 30. There's your shepherd's hook. So the question is, did we get our 3-inch 90? Let's find, or a 3-inch offset. Let's find out. We need to, it's close enough. No, we did 4. That was close enough. We'd have to see exactly where it is. We eyeballed it, but you guys get the point. Multiplyer's 2, so. I don't know why I thought that box was going to hold that. Sayer's working to conquer Canada? Yes, he is. Any recommendations for an apprentice interview? Any recommendations? Willing to learn, like a sponge? You're willing to accept responsibility? You know what you're worth, though? Why should we hire you? Because I'm probably more motivated than your last apprentice that quit on you. That's just being real. All right, I gotta get ready for a live. My buddy's calling me. We'll see you guys later. I'll be on Tools of Soul stream. See ya. Hang on.